Hi everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to read chord diagrams, namely how to identify the O's and the X's as well as the black dots on the chord diagrams. Alright, so to read chord diagrams there are mainly 5 points. Okay, firstly, the vertical lines. The vertical lines basically represent the strings of your guitar. So for the vertical line most to your left, that represents the thickest string on your guitar, which is the low E, the 6th string. So the far right, most far right vertical line represents the low E, the high E string, which is your 1st string. Right. Secondly, the horizontal lines on the chord diagram. So the horizontal lines on the chord diagram represent the frets. But before that, the first horizontal line is actually representing the nut, the thickest horizontal line at the top of it. Okay, represents the nut here. And subsequently, the next few horizontal lines, which are thinner, represent the different frets. Okay, so you just can count which fret is which. Okay, so for our 3rd point, the black dots. The black dots represent where you place your fingers. Okay, so if there's a black dot, say on like the 1st fret of the 1st string, you just put your hand here. Okay, alright, so fourthly, the numbers on the black dots tell you which fingers to use. So if there's a number 3 on it, you basically use your ring finger. Okay, your ring finger right here. If there's a number 3 black dot down here, you just put your ring finger here. Okay, and if there's a number 2, then of course you use your middle finger, and then if there's a number 1, you use your index. Alright, so 5th point, last point. The O tells you to play a string open, and the X tells you not to play a string at all. Alright, so let me go through an example with you. Okay, so when you're reading a chord diagram, you can break it down and go line by line. You can start from the thickest string and then go all the way down to the thinnest string, which is the 1st string. So it's basically up to you if you want to go from the 1st string to the 6th string, or you want to go to the 6th string to the 1st string. But if you break it down, it'll be a bit easier. So a common example will be the C chord. So for the C chord, I'll show you right now. So there's an X on top of the 1st string, so it means you don't play it at all. Okay, and so on the 5th string there is a black dot on the 3rd fret, so you just put your ring finger down here. You see the number 3? Yes, so that's why you put your ring finger. Okay, so for the next string, the 4th string, there's a black dot on the 2nd fret, so, and it has a number 2 as well, so you just put your middle finger down here. Okay, alright, can you see? Right? Okay, so for the next string, the 3rd string, it doesn't have a black dot, but on top of it, it has an O, so therefore you play the string. Okay, so moving on to the 2nd string here. Alright, so for this 2nd string, the black dot is on the 1st fret and it has a number 1 on it, so therefore you put your index finger down here on the 1st fret of the 2nd string because of the chord diagram, as you can see. So lastly, the 1st string, the thinnest string, low, high E, there is no black dot, alright, but there is an O on top of it here, right, on the chord diagram, so therefore you play it. So when you strum down, it should sound like this. Alright, make sure not to play this string. Okay, so this string stays muted, or you just don't play it at all. Alright, so I hope you know how to read